Is good, it's your boy Sam back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking our top point guards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Now, I had to leave a couple people off this list because I could only have like 50 people on the list, but that's okay. I'm not super worried about it. 50 point guards, one list. Let's hop into it, and as we dive into it, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 130,000 subscribers. CJ McCollum up first. I mean, here's the deal, guys. I like CJ McCollum. I think CJ McCollum is really solid. I think the troublesome part, the hard part for me with CJ McCollum is he's just undersized. Defensively, he's not great. I like his release. I feel like dribble sigs are really good for CJ as well. Might go up to B tier, but we're going to start with C tier for the card. D'Angelo Russell up next. I think D'Lo plays better defense than CJ McCollum. So I'm going to give D'Lo B tier. He's an inch taller than CJ as well. Again, D'Lo defensively isn't going to be great, but he's at least going to be able to hold it down. I think B tier is where the card belongs. Jordan Poole up next. It's a pool party in my team. Not so much. D tier maybe. I mean, the card's not all that bad, but he's just not great. I mean, release-wise, not great. Undersized, doesn't play great defense. It's just tough. Now, New Year's resolution, Luka, I'm going S tier. The other Luka Doncic, this Luka that doesn't play any defense, I'm going to go C tier. It's crazy. Defense for Luka Doncic means all the difference, right? S tier Luka for that pink diamond Luka. C tier for this pink diamond Luka. And it's crazy that they're that separated, but that's all I can really do. I can only control what I can control. And I feel like S tier for this Luka, C tier for the other Luka Doncic. Patrick Beverley up next. I mean, he plays more defense than Jordan Poole. I think C tier might be where he belongs. I don't know. I don't love him, though. He's just still so small. 6'1". Do think he's a good pickup for the Bucks, but how much of an impact does Patrick Beverley make? I don't think a ton. I'm going D tier with the card. Derek White up next. I still am a fan of Derek White to this day. I'm going to go C tier. I wish I could put him higher, but at this stage, we've just got a lot better point guards. Derek White, you'll always be solid in my opinion. Allen Iverson next. Offensively, I think AI is really solid. I think the card can compete at a really high level. I think defensively, he's only 6 feet tall. He's going to get absolutely cooked. I'm sorry that it's the way it's got to be, but on the defensive end of the court for Allen Iverson, I just can't get behind it. And again, if you want to use AI and do this, do that with the card, be my guest. I'm just not going to sit up here and gas him. Amen Thompson up next. I think A tier is the perfect spot for Amen Thompson, where it's like, I like the card. I think the card is really solid. I think, you know, he does compete at that highest level. But on the flip side of things, I mean, his release isn't great. His fade's not great. I just don't know if I can hype up the card as much as a lot of people do. And a lot of people want to talk about Amen being like the best point guard in the game. I personally just don't know if I can sit there and get behind that. Again, a lot of people will. A lot of people want to hype the card up. I just don't know if I can necessarily agree with that. Next up, Goldilocks. I mean, look, Goldilocks, he is what he is. I can only sit up here and hate on the card so much. He's an amethyst. I don't think the card's horrible. I'm going to go C tier. I think he's better than Pat Bev, Jordan Poole, and AI. Nobody really uses him, though, just because he is a little overpriced. Anthony Black up next. I think A tier. I mean, he's 6'7". He's got Hall of Fame catch and shoot. He's going to knock down shots, play decent defense. I don't hate him at all. Is he my favorite card in the game? No, but I think A tier is definitely where the card does belong. Bradley Beal up next. Now, for Brad Beal, it's tough. It really is a tough situation. I mean, he's a collector level, but he's just not great. He's going to defend at a decent level. I think C tier probably is where Mr. Beal does belong. CP3 up next. I'm going to go C tier. Look, he is undersized, but defensively, badge-wise, stat-wise, really solid. Just wish his release was a little bit better. It is slow. It is baited. I mean, I'm going to give him C tier, though, because defensively, stat badge-wise, is really solid. Kobe White, I think, is underrated. 6'5", good release. Defensively, not great, though. I think C tier obviously has to be where the card is going. I'm going to move some players down. I feel like I have to move some players down because we're getting a lot of players at C tier. I mean, again, Bradley Beal at this stage just is not the man with the plan. Damian Lillard up next. I don't hate Dame. I like his movement, but at this stage, I think he's got to be D tier. And again, I like Dame, especially in play now. I like using Damian Lillard. Just comes down to the fact that I think there are overall better cards in my team. Dennis Johnson up next. I mean, he's going to play defense, but offensively, he's not great. Release-wise, pretty solid for Dennis Johnson, though, in my team. I just don't think I can hype the card up any more than D tier. D tier is fine, in my opinion. Derrick Rose, Pink Diamond up next. I know he's going to dunk the ball well, but I'm sorry. I'm throwing him right there with Damian Lillard. Give me Goldilocks, give me Kobe White, give me Derrick White all over Derrick Rose. I don't like his movement. I don't like his player, but I don't love his defense. I'm going D tier with Pink Diamond Derrick Rose. A lot of people might get mad at me, but hey, it's my tier list for a reason. Diamond Devin Booker up next. I still think in the grand scheme of things, he's an S tier point guard. Defensively, absolutely going to get cooked. I can't sit here and deny that, but on the offensive end of the court, probably your best primary ball handler at that point guard position. Dante DiVincenzo up next. I gotta go A tier. Defensively, he's fantastic. Offensively, still gonna knock down shots. But again, the reason you're running Dante DiVincenzo is because of that defensive end of the court. Draymond Green up next. A lot of people might want to go S tier. I'm gonna go A tier. Look, the Draymond Green base on slow ruins the card. If it was at least on normal, it would speed it up a little bit, but the Dre base on slow just absolutely kills the card. I'm sorry, Draymond Green. I don't want it to be like that, but it's what it's got to be. A tier for Draymond Green. Gary Payton up next. I mean, I like GP. A tier. If DiVincenzo's A tier, GP's got to be at least A tier because I actually think Gary Payton is a slightly better version of Dante DiVincenzo. A lot of people might disagree with me on that, but I mean, just out of a pure eye test standpoint, that's where I've got people. Agent Zero Gilbert Arenas up next. Until they change his release, I'm never going to respect him. I'm going to go D tier. You could argue C tier, but at the end of the day, nobody is going to get excited about Agent Zero in my team. Dragic's got a decent release. I mean, he's not horrible. Question is he C tier or is he D tier? I guess I'll go C tier. Definitely same pyramid of power. Dragic is definitely better than Agent Zero. Isaiah Thomas up next. This card stinks. I guess I'll go D tier because he's going to play some defense, but I mean, this card is horrible. I'm sorry if you want to run Isaiah Thomas, but the duo is with Joe Dumars. It's just horrible. Jalen Suggs up next. He's better than all these guys at C tier. CJ McCollum's pretty good, though. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to move CJ McCollum up with Jalen Suggs, put both of them at B tier. Here's the deal. A lot of people are running the Jalen Suggs duo, and if you have the Jalen Suggs duo, he's at minimum B tier, possibly even A tier. Without the duo, I still think he's B tier. Right there with CJ McCollum. Yep, all those cards right at B tier. Jamal Murray up next. His release is too slow. It's relatively simple, relatively easy to understand. Until Jamal Murray gets a better release, I mean, D tier has got to be where the card goes. James Harden, Fear the Beard in my team. I'm still going to go B tier. Offensively, one of the best overall cards in the game. On the defensive end of the court, he's going to go out there and at least compete. I do not hate James Harden at all in my team. I think the card can compete at a decent enough level. We are due for a new James Harden, but for now, I think he's at least decent. Ja Morant up next. I think he's better than all these cards at C tier. I'll go B tier with Ja. He is undersized. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Definitely undersized. Definitely hurts the card a little bit. But at the end of the day, he's still going to dunk on everybody. Still has a good release. Ja Morant is in B tier. Joe Dumars up next. It's a tough one. A lot of people like Joe Dumars. My whole thing is, why would you pick the card up? I don't see it with him. I'm going to go C tier. A lot of people do like Joe Dumars, though. So, I mean, if you want to put him at B tier, maybe even A tier, I get it. But I just do not like the card. John Stockton, I'm going F tier. Card is so undersized. I don't love his release. He's F tier to me. Drew Holiday, easy addition into A tier. Him, Gary Payton, Dante DiVincenzo, they're all basically mirror images of each other. They've got to be at the same tier. I think A tier is where they belong. Kyrie Irving, offensively, still fantastic. Defensively, obviously, takes a big step back from where he once was in season 1. I'm going to go C tier. Kyrie's longevity, decent enough, though, in my team. LaMelo Ball, I'm going to go B tier. I don't love LaMelo Ball. And when LaMelo Ball came out, it's not like I love the card. But at the end of the day, he's long, lengthy, going to play some defense. I'll go B tier with Mr. LaMelo Ball. Magic Johnson, I'll be the first to tell you, I do not love Magic Johnson in my team, but I'll put him at B tier and respect the card enough. I'll take Draymond, Anthony Black, all those cards over Magic Johnson, though. The card cannot move offensively. Defensively, mediocre as well. I'll go B tier. Mo Cheeks, nobody should be running him. F tier, the card absolutely stinks. OJ Mayo, I gotta be honest with you guys. I've never ran the card. Yes, Carlo, I'm doing a tier list. I've not ran all these cards. And so for OJ Mayo, I know his release is on quick, but the upper slows it down. I'll go B tier. I don't hate OJ Mayo, but just realize that upper of OJ Mayo gonna slow the release way down. Oscar, the best point guard in the game by a wide margin. S tier for the big O. Penny Hardaway, I mean, I'm going to go S tier. I do think Penny Hardaway still has an advantage over Draymond Green, Amen Thompson. I'm going to go S tier for Mr. Penny Hardaway, but it's close. Like, between Drew and Dante and Gary, I think it's close. I just think more people are going to have success with Penny Hardaway, and he's easier to use. Rondo, I'll go D tier. I still think he gives you more than Stockton, AI, and Mo Cheeks, but Rondo, not good in my team. Rex Chapman, not use the card. I mean, what do you want me to say? He's not good, though. I'll go C tier for Rex. Card really is bad. Russell Westbrook, I think he's horrible, too. I'll go D tier for Russell Westbrook. I know he's going to dunk on everybody, but his release is not good. I just can't sit there and hype the card up. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, A tier. Got to badge SGA up, and you can't give him as many badges as you might want, but SGA, because of that release, is so good. When we get a new SGA, he is going to run the game. Smush Parker, C tier. The card just does not do what we wanted Smush Parker to be able to do. Spencer Dinwiddie, some people are hyping this card up way more than they should. I do think he's A tier, but I think he's a low A tier player. He is not, a top 5 point guard in the game. He's probably top 15 though. A tier is where the card definitely does belong. Stephon Marbury, C tier. The Trae Young dribble style is bad. His release isn't good. Stephon Marbury is not good in my team. I'm sorry. That's the way I feel about him. Not gonna sit there and hype up the card. Steve Francis, C tier as well. I don't want to hype up Bonafide Scrub, so I'm not going to. These cards are not good. C tier. Tyler Hero, you're not good either. C tier. I mean, you're at least 6'5", but I can't sit there and hype up Hero as well. Not good at all. Tyrese Halliburton. This Tyrese Halliburton, I'm going D tier. I mean, Diamond Tyrese Halliburton, quite a bit worse than Pink Diamond Tyrese. Pink Diamond Tyrese, I'll go B tier. I don't mind him. Free card, Pink Diamond Tyrese can definitely go out there and compete. I like him more than the Pink Diamond Luka Doncic. Last but certainly not least, Walt Frazier. I'm going to go C tier. Another card that I think is very mediocre. So, I mean, honestly, anybody C tier or lower, I would not use at this stage of my team. B tier or above cards are usable. So for like budget guys, Jalen Suggs, Tyrese Halliburton, even the free Magic, guys you can use. And obviously, S tier is the S tier, the elite of the elite, and then an A tier. You even got a free Spencer Dinwiddie and a cheap Anthony Black. That's going to wrap it up for our point guard tier list today, guys. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.